Hey Aussie gamers and honorary Aussie gamers from around the world. Welcome to episode 20?
Plus 50. Keep going. Let's run with it.
Today is Friday the 27th of March 2015 and you're listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, the podcast that is home of What's That Sound, the game you can play without dying. I am your host, LewkOne, and joining me as usual is my good friend Thorncliff. How are you, mate?
I am very well.
Wonderful, and also joining us is our other great friend, Red. How are you?
Oh man, no pun, but you're killing me. These intros just keep notching up a gear every week. I love it. Yeah.
Here's an image for you. I think of all those intros whilst I'm in the shower. Oh, Sean!
Yeah, that changes everything now. I visioned you in the shower looking down. Now I vision you with one hand on your chin looking up going,
One hand, normally looking down thinking, starting to see less of it.
Carbohydrates, mate, get them in you. You'll forget you had one after a while until you get that urge in your bladder going, oh, fuck, something's going to happen here.
No, I don't have to look down. I've got a mirror in there. Anyway, moving on quickly. Before we start, here's this week's show in preview. First, we'll have Game Talk, and then after that, in the news, we'll be covering Games with Gold for April, PlayStation 4 update features, an Evolve update, Boerderlands Day One update, a Bloodborne patch, Batman delayed, Mortal Kombat Rage quitalities, and some Blizzard news. No guesses as to who will have that news for us. After that, What's That Sound? And we'll bring the show home for another week. Okay, Red, what have you been playing?
Very little. Yeah.
You're playing with your penis.
Ram. Fucking, that was quick.
He said very little, not something very little.
That's what your missus said, Red.
That's all right. You must allow her to speak.
She didn't say it to me. That's next month I'm going to Tasmania.
Fuck.
But yeah, I'm not your missus's type, apparently.
Oh.
I'm not related.
She's a Kiwi. You're not on all fours yet.
He is hairy, though.
Hey, you know how you always say rare?
Yeah.
Does she sometimes, Red, when we're in bed, can you say bear?
I don't know. I'm still begging her for her to call me Red. Go Red. And when I first qualified, because if people don't know, I'm a fully qualified chef, and all the apprentices and the waitresses and everything, if they ever said chef, I knew they were talking to me because, yeah. I'm like, can you talk dirty to me and call me chef?
Oh.
Nah, fuck you!
Well, we all know that everyone says that red things go faster.
Well, fucking exhibit A. But to get back to why we truly are here, I, without very little surprise, played Don Bradman Cricket again, raged again, keep getting out. I come to the conclusion that my best games are beyond me now because I fucking suck. It seems as I progress further through my career, so does the difficulty level, so I'll just start a new career and dominate again and then fill this fucking gaping hole of fucking disappointment again.
It's probably time for your character to go off the rails, start dating Lara Bingle and turn out to be a shit cricketer.
That's pretty big after yesterday's win.
Who won?
Australia. You fucking patriot.
What game were we playing?
Don Bradman. 99 bucks.
Who'd we win against?
We win India.
We beat India, did we?
Yeah, we done that. Ooh, we beat the Indians. Yeah, I was going into a grey area, but ran.
Okay, so you played Don Bradman Cricket.
I did. I attempted the first level of... Oh, I completed it. Devil May Cry, Son of Sparta, hardcore.
Mm.
Fuck that. Like, I got through okay, but I used more health vials in the first level than I did pretty much the whole game when I played it on Nephilim. It's chaotic. You got the bad guys from bloody the 18th, 19th, 20th level smack bang right there in your first spawning area. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, do they have different enemies in the first level on the harder difficulty?
Yeah, like those shielded ones, the ones with the chainsaws that get enraged, the dogs, those fucking dog things. But yeah, so I had another couple of goes at Virgil's Bloody Palace. Now that I figured out I can use either Virgil or Dante, which is really cool because they're both two different styles of survival. Heads up. GTA Online. Yay. As always, I just waste hours of my life in there.
Yeah, I played a bit of that with you this week.
Yeah, it's mindless, numbing fun.
You know what was actually quite fun is when I spawned in and it was just like, yep, coming to get you. And then the next thing, you need to hear the Flight of the Valkyries song again where you'll be coming over the horizon, coming to get you.
We just call in helicopters and zoom around. But literally, I think we flew around the map nearly twice in a helicopter, which probably takes about 45 minutes.
Oh, and that's when I landed the helicopter on the train.
Oh, what train? No shit.
I remember that. I got footage of that.
It's a moving train.
Yeah, it was a moving train. That's right. It was.
And we're sitting there pissing ourselves, and then the rotor hits one of the fucking telegraph poles about 50 metres down and just go kaboom!
Yeah, we blew up, yeah. I stopped the recording before that happened, though, so that never happened, Red. What are you talking about?
I think I may have as well. And I completed the Call of Duty campaign this week.
Oh, yeah, you finished it?
Yeah,
Did you like it?
Oh, bro.
Advanced Warfare, for anyone listening.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. How good is it?
I thought it was really good, yeah.
Because I'd only ever got up to level 3. And so when I chucked it in and decided, oh, look, there's a platinum there begging. So I chucked it in, started on veteran, and finished it over 2 nights. The pace of that game constantly ramps. Yeah, and the variation of vehicles it throws at you, like the mech suit, the bikes, the tanks, and everything, they all really make you feel uber powerful because, like, veteran difficulty, the best way I can sum it up is you'll die as quickly as you will in multiplayer. 4 or 5 hits, doof, 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 you're down.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really get that whole grace period. Because obviously, as you guys know, and most of the people listening, I play a lot of online. So I disregard the XR abilities like your stim and shit like that. But I really felt there was a niche point in the game where you could use your exo stim or your shield and all this and whatnot. And all the abilities all kind of tied in together in the overdrive where you could slow down time a little bit. And I've really, really enjoyed it. It's probably next to Ghost being the biggest fail multiplayer. Next to Ghost, Advanced Warfare is probably one of my most favourite stories told by the franchise.
It's really good. It's unfortunate for me that what killed it for me, because I had intended on going on a trophy hunt because I enjoyed it, but like the day after I finished the main campaign of Advanced Warfare is when my PlayStation died.
It did, yes, I recall.
So I was without a PlayStation for a week or week and a half, and it, probably something else came out, and my interest was sort of dwindled by the time I got it back.
Yeah.
So that never happened.
The campaign in that, well, that's the only part of the game that I've played, so I just thought it was great. It's good now that they're doing more along the lines of bringing actual stars into the games.
Yeah, I like
having Kevin Spacey in that game was awesome. He really played a great role, and the way that he looked in it was great as well. So the advancement in technology is good. Yeah.
But even with what's
Joel.
his name? Joel.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name. I haven't mentioned it in a while. Troy Baker was in it, but it wasn't just his voice. That was him. That's his head. That's what he looked like. So it's good that they'll start using. I like that. I'd like them to do that a little bit more, because I remember it'd be a long time ago now, but I made a comment ages ago. It'd be good if they made characters. Maybe obviously one company could do this, one developer, but I just had this idea that if you had like a character, let's say Nathan Drake, right? But have him in another game, like Nathan Drake's the character's name, but the character model, he's got like an actor name, like in real life. So his name might be, I don't know, Paul Simons or something, right?
Yep.
And then
you can call me out.
I don't get it.
Huh? That's Paul Simon sings that song.
Yeah, Paul Simon sang it.
From Simon and Garfunkel.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah.
I just plucked that name out of my ass. I don't know that's a real person. I just made that up.
Yeah.
All right, so Paul Simons and his mate Garfunkel, they take that character and put him into another game, completely different story, completely different game. Obviously, to be similar gameplay, I'd imagine, but it's using that character like actors do in movies in real life.
Action stars, and you're talking comedy stars.
Yeah,
I know where you're going with it, and I actually agree.
And I would like that idea, like so it'll be a game that comes out and be like, oh, this new action game starring Paul Simons, but
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, and
maybe they should get Leonardo DiCaprio in it because he might actually be able to
win the award. Jesus, even Destiny can win a BAFTA, man.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, look, Wicked, because I don't know, I've only made 18 games myself as an actor, but it'd be just as much work, if not more, sometimes, to be
getting the mocap right and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is watch that documentary on The Last of Us where Troy Baker and whatnot, they go through and say just how difficult it really was, and he had to do that scene 16 times where he had to say goodbye to his daughter or whatever, and he thought he nailed it the first time, and the director was like, nah.
And then some arsehole takes the video and adds a fart sound to it.
I'm now saving video moments. I've saved a couple from fucking Pants walk there ready for the fart. But yeah, just to get back to the point at hand, they deserve that sort of notoriety and the likeness. So yeah, I'm a big fan of what you've just said.
Cool. Anything else, Red?
Nah, man, that's about it, except for fucking up on Ollie. I keep pressing X to Ollie. It's like, you're not turning off.
Oh, punishment.
Yeah, that's it. Small week for me this week, go figure.
All right, let's stop avoiding the elephant in the room. Let's talk about Bloodborne.
Yes.
Right, now, I've played it.
I died. Next. A lot.
I've played it a fair bit. Sean's played it a little bit, and Red hasn't played it yet. So this is going to be a bit of a discussion. First of all, a bit of background. I never played the Dark Souls games, and with Bloodborne being a direct relative of the Dark Souls series, it's known for its brutal nature and being extremely hard to play. Now, there's only so much you can explain that to somebody without them experiencing it for themselves. And I have experienced that myself, because no matter how much people told me that Dark Souls was hard, Demon Souls was hard, Dark Souls 2 was hard, it still didn't prepare me for what Bloodborne is. Even though I've heard people saying that Bloodborne's a little bit easier because you can pick up blood vials and stuff, which are blah, blah, blah. It's still a lot harder than anything I've ever played, with exception to stupid games like Rogue Legacy and that. It's taken me through the emotions, and a lot of emotions at that. Now, I first started playing the game, and the first enemy that I killed, I thought, well, that was fucking easy. He went down without a fight, really. I just spammed the R1 and took him down quite easily. But then 2 enemies and 3 enemies at the same time, and you go down real quick. Or 1 enemy, and you get your timing mixed up, boom, you're dead. Yeah, game over. Yep. And then
it's with it though, when you're going against the enemies, basically as much as it takes to kill them, it'll take to kill you.
Yes, that's exactly
if
right.
If it takes 2 hits to kill this guy, he's going to come back at you with 2 hits, and he's going to kill you with it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, some of them might be easy, but they'll dish out the pain.
It might be a bit different. Some of them take 4 hits to kill, but it'll only take 2 hits from them to kill you. Whereas the ones that take 2 hits from you to kill them, it'll take them 3 hits to kill you. But when you get more than one of them, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah. You feel like a young, well-dressed female in the middle of the street and the football team surrounded you.
Shut up, Red.
I didn't name which football team and which code. But the thing is, when you die, everybody respawns again. You go back to the last checkpoint that you were at, and there's not many checkpoints to start off with. And you lose all your money and your progression. You lose everything. And you start again.
And you lose your shit.
And you lose your shit. Above and foremost, you lose your shit. And, go and do it again. It was a very hard game for me to get my head around because I'm used to making checkpoints. And when you die, you come back to that checkpoint and everybody else is still dead and you move on. This game's not like that. Like I said, I went through the emotions where I hated it. I thought it was a fucking shit game. They made it too hard. They're ruining it for people that aren't,
savvy.
Yeah, that aren't aware of how the game's going to be. It's very hard to break into this genre. But I persevered. And I started enjoying the game. It still frustrated me and pissed me off when I would die. But there was the light at the end of the tunnel when I realised how the shortcuts work. Are there shortcuts like that in Dark Souls and that?
Big time.
Yeah. So I didn't know that they existed and I didn't know how they worked. But if you can get far enough, you can open up a gate or several gates. And then when you die again, you're back at the beginning, but you can take a shortcut back to where you were. And you don't have to go through that same slog. You can get to different places using the shortcuts. So that was a really nice thing. My experience, I went nuts trying to beat the first boss. Red, I think both of you know the story about me and the first boss. Here I am getting advice left, right and centre. Do this because you'll jump and get under him. And, when he does this, do this. And then you'll be able to attack him. None of it was working.
We should emphasise your first boss.
My first boss. None of it worked. I kept dying. It was doing my head in. The best I got was I got him down to like bugger all health, but died. And then one time I thought, bugger the boss, I'm just going to run around and sort of try and level up and get a bit stronger. And then I stumbled across the real first boss, whom I pleasantly beat first go. But what I'd actually been doing is I was fighting the second boss before I'd played the first boss. And things unlock when you beat the first boss and you can upgrade and all that sort of stuff and purchase more gear. But I was going straight to the second boss. I didn't know. And that's why all of the advice that I was getting was shit, because you were giving me advice for the real first boss and I was trying to execute that advice on the wrong character. It was doing my head in.
It really throws into perspective the scope of the game.
Yeah.
It's anything but linear, as you said, you went to the second boss not knowing, just because that's the route you took. Because
that's right.
You can honestly get there 6 different ways.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
The shortcuts and everything like that. But it hasn't directed you to an area that bottlenecks closes off and then says, right, beat this dude and then transverse the smog and keep going. You can wander around. And that's very Souls. That is, you can bypass bosses. That's why there's a speed run on Dark Souls of under 2 hours. Under an hour, I think, actually. That's just by knowing every nook and cranny where to jump, crawl, hide, and scringe and run,
Yeah. But anyway, I've got past that, and I'm really starting to enjoy the game for what it is. The feeling I'm getting from Bloodborne is the similar feeling that I get from when I'm playing DayZ or any other survival horror where you've got to get supplies and things like that. That's how I feel, because you do run around the same areas, but I feel like I'm hunting.
Yeah.
Gathering things, so then I've got what I need to venture forth and explore more. But
you can effectively farm now.
Yeah, that's what you can do if you're having trouble. But the really cool things that I'm starting to like from this type of game, and it's all new to me. It's probably something that all the Dark Souls fans all know all too well, but there's little alien goblin demon things that pop up out of the ground. I don't know what they're called. And
the spectres.
No, not the spectres. I'm not referring to them.
Oh, okay.
The spectres are basically a replay of people that have died before you.
Yeah.
Which can give you a bit of a guide as to what not to do.
Yep.
But the little notes that pop up from, I think that's what they're called, notes, pop up from other players that play in their game, they'll give you warnings. So they'll pop up, and if you choose to read it, it'll say, beware the sniper. And you're like, oh, okay, so if I head this way, there's probably going to be someone shooting at me, and sure as shit there is. And they get graded by other people. So you can come back later and you go, oh, well, that was a helpful tip. I'll give it basically a like. There's like a like and dislikes thing. It's like a for and against. And you come back and go, I like that. And you can put down your own warnings as well. But there's also, it's not just for warnings, you can also put, there's a lever in this room or something like that, or it'll be greatness awaits, and there'll be like a gem in there that you can pick up. And there's so much help that you can get, and I haven't found a trolling one yet where it says like it's safe.
Do you run?
it says it's safe to go ahead, and you go ahead and you get ambushed or something. I haven't had one like that. I haven't found that the Bloodborne community is more help. I have found that it's more helpful than it is like trolling so far.
Well, the trolling would be effectively taken out of it with the like and the dislike system. If you dislike it too much, then someone goes, oh, we'll just get rid of that then.
Probably, yeah.
But my experience overall with it at the moment is that I'm trying to play it more through as a puzzle kind of thing in my head, because when you die or you're just starting in that and you're running through, the enemies are going to be roughly in the same spot. It's going to take the same way to kill them, and the AI I find isn't that intelligent. It seems like they're more on a route system that they'll go down here and they'll do this, and then they'll move over to this area. So I'm using my memory a lot in playing it and saying, okay, right, yeah, then this guy's going to come here and there. My biggest mistake when I first started was thinking I can just go up to this guy, or there's two guys there, I'll just run up because I've got this big fucking cleaver and I can just nail them and it's going to kill them. Wrong. You got to like target onto them, maybe shoot one with your pistol and that'll draw him away from the crowd, or draw him away first and then somebody else will come up behind him, so it'll give you enough time to get 2 hits on him or stun him while you attack the other one that's coming at you. And also the farming as well. I was just farming one route down behind the main start area, basically, where you can open up a shortcut, and it had enough guys there that if I did it, I think I did it 3 or 4 times, it gave me enough echoes to upgrade all my gear that I needed for the first level. So that was helpful, and I'd say a big thank you to Repremier and Nico and Charlie, is it?
Yep.
Were helping out quite a lot with that, because as I said, like, and with you, that we went into this game blind.
Yeah.
We hadn't played anything, and it's not a game to play. Like last night, it got to about 10:30, and I went, you know what, I'm turning this off now because I'm starting to get tired, and I can't play this game tired because
it demands your respect.
Yeah, and you get really frustrated really quick, and that's when you start to really screw up. And it only takes one tiny little screw up in this to be thrown all the way back to the start again. Like I've made it to I've probably done about maybe 4 or 5 hours in, and I still haven't finished the first boss yet. I've made it up to him once, and then the second time I kept on getting attacked by these werewolves that were in the area, but I made it up to the first boss once, and Almost got him. I think I probably had about 2 more hits on him, and I got negligent and didn't dodge away quick enough to get myself a potion in, and I died. The thing is, you go back to the start, and it's not like a restart on the level like in others where you'll go back to the checkpoint, and if you started at the checkpoint with 20 blood vials and 20 bullets in your inventory, when you died and went back there, you'd start again with your 20 blood vials and your 20 bullets, but it's not like that.
No.
You start back, if you've used 15 of those, you start back at the start of the level again with 5. So you've got to start farming again, or go to the Hunter's Dream and purchase some.
There is one thing that is handy, though, because you can only hold 20, but if you can keep accumulating them, if you pick them up when you've got 20, it'll go automatically into like a storage. So if you have, let's say that you have 20 and you go up to the boss, and you use 15, and then you die, you will return back to the checkpoint with that original 5 plus the ones that you had in the storage.
Oh, okay.
So if you had 10 in storage, so you had 30 in total, and you use 15 and you're left with 5 and you die, you'll come back with 15.
Oh, okay.
It'll automatically draw what you had in storage and give it to you to start again.
Oh, okay.
So that's quite cool.
In saying that, though, you need the 20 to start with, plus the storage. So
right.
It's a good idea to keep farming.
Do some farming, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing I was like, do you, if you're in a heavily populated area which you need to run through, do you just keep walking past things that have loot on them if you're full? So if I've got 20 bullets and 20 vials...
No, take it.
Take everything.
Take it. There is a limit. I don't know exactly what the limit is. I think it's 99 in your storage.
Yep.
But hit it.
And that's just in your inventory when you open it up, isn't it?
It's not in your inventory, no. It goes to the back in the dream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Hunter's Dream.
Hunter's Dream. There's a section in there where there's like a storage.
Okay.
But you don't have to go back there to get them if you use them. It'll automatically go back into your player's stash.
Yeah, it'll auto stack.
Yeah, it autos. Yeah, it pulls it out. But you can't draw on them unless you die.
Mid-game, yeah.
So if you're playing and you use up your 20, it won't replenish. You'll either have to go back to the Hunter's Dream or die.
Which will respawn all the enemies.
Which will respawn all the enemies and you're back at square one. But I wanted to have a chat about how the co-op works and the multiplayer, because I've had a bit of an experience with it now.
May I pose one question before you start? Sorry to interrupt.
You may. No, go.
You know how you were talking about the notes on the ground, yeah?
Yes, yep.
Do you think that almost forgives you for not having a tutorial or any help? Because remember, you go, this game doesn't fucking tell me what to do. Does a note system almost make up for the fact that you weren't given any help via the game itself, in your opinion?
No, I don't think so. I mean, at the same time, like, I know I raged about that, saying that the game doesn't show you, but now that I've learnt it, I don't think it needed it.
Nah, good. I like that answer.
Because the game does, and it's... I think if you put a tutorial where it did hold your hand at the beginning, I think you're taking away what the game's trying to be.
Oh,
It's supposed to be hardcore, and already I can tell things like where it automatically gives you all the blood vials from your storage. I can already tell that there'll be a lot of people saying that makes the game too easy. But I'm happy for it. Any little helpful hand is very welcome, but... Yeah, no, look, it just you need perseverance, and that's the only thing I can tell people if you're getting into Bloodborne for the first time and not played any of the previous games of Dark Souls. You have to be a patient gamer, and you need to persevere, otherwise the game won't be fun. It is fun for me now. I'm really loving it. It's a survival horror in a different way.
Well, you're tasting small victories, and even when you say they might be just 2 plebs, but you go up there now, and you you got to dodge out, stun one, hit the other, as Thorncliff bloody described. But you get through that without taking a hit, you scavenge the body, you get something off it, and you walk away. That's a fucking victory.
Yeah, and don't be disillusioned. Like, I've leveled up to a fair bit now. I'm level 21 or whatever. It's not that much, but I've leveled a bit since I've started. Complacency will get you killed by those first low-level enemies.
Oh, yes.
There's no such thing as a piss-easy enemy. Yeah, you can take them down with a bit of skill if you've learnt, but they'll still take you down if you get complacent and stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt
That's all right.
The direction you're going in.
No, that's all right. Multiplayer then, or co-op, so to speak. At first I didn't like the way it worked, but I kind of like it now, and I understand it and see where it's coming from. It uses a bell system. I've heard people mentioning a chalk on the ground. I don't know what that is. I haven't seen.
That's from Souls. You know how you use the summoning bell?
Oh, okay, because I thought chalk was in this, because it's not.
No, the summoning bells, that's the very same theory. Because you know how they were telling you, go back to that certain spot?
Yeah.
Well, in the Souls game, you used to stand somewhere and you'd put a note on the ground, which would come up as a different colour, which was either an invitation to a PvP or a co-op. So you'd have to be at that location, someone would come along, notice that it's white instead of red or orange, like flame. That was what the Dark Souls colours were. And if it was white, that was an invitation to some form of, multiplayer.
Right. Well, the way this works, and it'll be helpful to know for people that haven't started it yet, to avoid a bit of mucking around, but once you get to facing a boss, so it doesn't have to be the first boss, I learnt, because I wasn't at the first boss when I got it. So you just need to reach a boss. You don't have to beat them, you just need to get to that sort of level, and then you'll unlock what's called a beckoning bell. Now, a beckoning bell is basically a bell that you ring, like a little bit of a teetotaler, and it rings for the entire time that you are in the game before you die or leave back to the hunter's dream. And then that rings, it's looking for somebody who's on the other end who rings a resonance bell. Okay, and what it is, the beckoning bell is, I want you to come and join me. Okay, and anybody, and if you've got it set to worldwide, anybody in your vicinity who's ringing a resonance bell will get randomly put into your game, and you can play co-op. You can't communicate with them, but you can play co-op. Now, that will use one... what are they called again? I've lost
Insight.
One insight. Now, insights are basically a token that you'll use. You can use it as money to purchase things, but you can also need to use it to ring the bells. We only use it for the beckoning bell, not the resonance bell. So if I want you to join my game, I need to have at least one insight to ring the bell. Okay, so the whole process is, I've got one insight, I've got my beckoning bell, and I ring it. You ring the resonance bell, you're in my area, you'll get into my game. Now there's a way to make sure that it is to try and get your mates to join you only, and that's by using the password system. If you go into options, go to the settings, and there's a section there for online networking, I think it's called, and then there'll be a password. If you put in a password and your friends put in a password, it'll only be them that come into your game when they ring the resonating bell. That's
brilliant. That's a brilliant addition to the series.
Yeah, and if you just want anybody, just delete the password and have no password. So that's how you can choose who you want to come into your game. And vice versa, if you want to join somebody else's game, you ring the resonating bell, they ring the beckoning bell. You go into their game, but you're a guest. Okay, so everything you do while you're in that game will not progress you at all. You are a guest, you're assisting the person with the beckoning bell. So if we go into an area, you're stuck in that area as well. Everything is locked off. So make sure you're in the area that you want to do the co-op before joining, otherwise you'll waste a beckoning bell ring. So I gave it a go this afternoon, and I joined Reprimir's game, and every time we killed a creature, all of the drops and the pickups were for him, not for me. then also everything that I used, like my blood vials and things like that, they were kind of being used in jest, if you will. If I die in somebody else's game, I will respawn in my game having lost nothing.
Yeah.
Are you following?
Okay, that's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So it's... I'm trying to figure out what it's like. It's...
It won't cost me any insight either to join your game. It's free to ring the resonating bell. It only costs an insight for the beckoning bell. So I can join your game, Sean, and help you with the boss. And if I die, it's of no consequence to me. So I can get into your game, and I can go up first and have a go and get his health down. And and if I happen to die, you can take out the last parts of him, and I'll just go back to my old game. Another way that you can use it to advance in the game, and say you're getting into a new level and you're like, oh, I don't know what's up ahead, I'll come into your game, scout out the area, because if I die, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, I'm scouting out the game for myself, because I'll remember what's there, and it'll be of no consequence, because I won't lose any of my blood shards or anything like that. So,
but how easy are the insights to come across?
And, well, funny you should ask. I've got a direct list here right in front of me to tell you how to get them and how many you get for each action. Yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gain 1 insight by entering a boss arena. Gain 3 insight beating a boss. Gain insight by consuming a madman's skull. Gain 1 insight in Cathedral Ward by being grabbed by an invisible beast. Gain 1 insight by defeating a boss as a summoned guest. Gain insight by sending NPCs to your safe haven. That doesn't really mean much to me at the moment. Gain insight by successfully killing another player using the Sinister Bell, which would be your PvP.
It is, yeah.
So that's, at the moment, they're the documented ways to how you get insight at the moment. And I don't know if they're randomly attainable either off dead bodies. They
do lie about. I can't remember what they're called. Were they the marksmen or something like that? There was one.
Madman Skull?
Madman Skull. You can pick them up. They're on the ground, but they're only a one-time drop in your game.
Yes.
And you can farm it by taking out your password and just doing your resonating bell. So just join, go and loiter around where the boss sections are, and just join people's games and fight their boss. So you're helping them, but then you'll get another insight.
Yep.
There's one other trick to it as well. As I said, to get the beckoning bell, you need to face a boss, any boss. Yeah. But to get the resonating one, you have to have 10 insights before the little gremlin, goblin-looking things up near your house in the dream will be there, and then you can purchase it for 1 insight.
Lovely.
And you can have the resonating bell.
All helpful information.
It is.
I'm going in very blind, and it's going to be helpful because, a lot of people, I think, at the moment with a PS4, seeing this Bloodborne and going, you know what, this game looks awesome, it looks cool. I played it at the expo and it was nowhere near as hard as this.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Shocked.
It wasn't hard because we didn't have much time with it. The time we had with it was only, run up and kill a couple of guys, which is the same, but we never really got the depth out of it from playing a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's
just advice, general advice going out there, though. This is not a hack and slash game.
No.
Which I had a very good idea that I was looking at it and I'm going, you know what, this looks really cool. Kind of gave a bit of a God of War feel, if that makes sense. I level up my character, collect souls and all that kind of thing. And it looked like that to me, and I was completely wrong.
Well, my overall opinion of it is I think it's a brilliant game, and I think it's executed quite well. If you had asked me this on day one, I would have said the game's a piece of shit, I'm never touching it again. But I gave it time. I gave it time.
Had we have asked you, you offered up that information without the question being posed.
That's right. You didn't need to ask. I fucking told you. What the fuck is this game?
Fuck this game.
Allow me to quote good old Francis, but oh fuck, what did he say?
It's harder than the PlayStation. PlayStation controller's harder than the...
Oh, I can't. No, there was a particular quote that I had in my head.
Walk hard.
Oh, no, I lost it. I can't remember the quote I was going to say. I used my brain too much to think of his name, and then I got his name and lost what I wanted to say. Oh, Bloodborne has been hurting my head, but...
it's talking to a girl hard.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, it is hard. But, look, yeah, I'm hooked. I'm in love with it, and I'll be playing it a fair bit from here on in.
Platinum?
I haven't even looked at the trophies. I don't care. I'm just enjoying it for what it is.
You need to do. And
that's what I was kind of lucky, I was saying before, is that when I first started it on, there was Jason and Nico and Charlie in the chat party, and right from the start, they were kind of giving me the tips through on it and that, which kind of helped. And
yeah, absolutely.
Well, when you started, you just blindly went into this game with nobody around really. And
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Hey, let's stream it first day. I'm going to watch this.
Yep. Anyway. All right, well, look...
In hindsight, though, you were doing quite well.
Yeah, fucking know.
Oh, yeah, well, after a bit got the hang of it, it didn't... Yeah, doing quite well doesn't necessarily mean not dying.
Yes.
But, yeah, look, I'm enjoying it now, so I'm going well with it.
I just got to add one more little thing that I find is really cool, is that I think it is a feature of the Dark Souls games, and that the person that kills you, when you go back in and you find the person that kills you, if you kill them, then you get all your echoes back, because you lose all your echoes when you die. And when you go back in and you find the guys, you kill it and you get your echoes back again.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. I didn't realise that until today, and that's what happens when it comes up in the blue writing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what that
echoes meant. Retrieved or something.
Yeah, nice.
The only difference between that and Bloodborne and, Dark Souls and Lords of the Fallen, with those earlier games, when you died, it was just like an angelic haze. You can just walk over to it and grab them again. What I think's really cool in Bloodborne is that every NPC, every enemy is taken into consideration within the game. As you said, they feel quite rooted and this and that, but they all are a specific character almost, because this person on this route took your souls, or your blood echoes, souls, blood, souls. You go back and you've got to kill him. I thought that was a nifty little addition, because it kind of ramps it a little bit. Like, people going, oh, this bit's easier and that bit's easier. Die at a boss.
Yeah.
You got to kill that boss, because you only get one crack at it too.
Yeah.
As with Dark Souls and that, if you go back and try and get your souls and you die, well, they're not there next time, and the minuscule amount that you
I'm not sure if that's true in Bloodborne though.
Okay.
Because I think there's been places where I've gone through and I think I've collected them twice within one thing, where I've killed one guy at the start and he had some, which was a minuscule amount because he'd killed me right at the start, and it was like 300 or something, and I got them. And then further on in the level, I found one of the werewolves that had killed me previously, and I killed him, and I got some more. So I'm pretty sure that it was like that. But
yeah, but if they have it to last forever, every single enemy would end up giving you your shit back.
Yeah.
Because you died everyone.
I just know with Souls and Lords of the Fallen even copied it.
Don't quote me on that though, because I'm not 100%.
Yeah, probably a bit of a slap in the face to the Souls fans, but that'd be funny.
All right, well, I think that's probably well coverage on Bloodborne. No doubt we'll be talking about it again next week. Red, with yourself on board, having played it by then.
I'd very much like to take this time where other people can appreciate on not quite the same level that I will, but I will be playing this thanks to your humble generosity.
You're welcome.
Not today, but Posty's been.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, no bullshit. There was a big yellow envelope in there, and I'm like, oh yeah, woo! And I was going to pick the kids up, so I'm going to wait just that little bit longer and come home and then empty the mailbox. It was a pamphlet.
Somebody stolen your bloody mail by the time you got back and replaced it with a pamphlet.
Do you want a new fridge, Mr. Button? No! I want fridges. Yeah,
all right. Well, I'll quickly run through the rest of the games. Probably not enough time to give Ninjago the respect that it needs, but I played that through and finished it. I had played it last week, but the embargo hadn't lifted yet. But I'll say this as simply and as short as I can, but Ninjago Shadow of Ronin is a Lego game on mobile devices. Well, not mobile, I should say handheld, the Vita and the 3DS. It is the best Lego game I've ever played on a handheld. Hopefully this paves the way for what the rest of the handheld Lego games will be like, but it didn't feel like a small handheld version. It felt like a proper full Lego game. So I don't know what they did to manage to get that much out of it, but it was brilliant. The Lego Ninjago story is all new to me. I don't know anything about it like I have with the other games like Batman and Marvel and all that. But it's actually it's not bad. It's quite good, and the game was fantastic. So if anybody has read the review, which is up on our blog, you'll know that I raved about it. I think anybody as a Lego fan or a Ninjago fan should play Shadow of Ronin on the handheld devices because it's actually really good.
But Ninjago as well. Just adding something quickly is that with Netflix arriving on the PlayStation 4 this week, in Australia this week, it has got all the Ninjagos on it.
Oh, I'm signing up today.
Yeah, that's just a little hint there that you might be able to do it. I'm not sure. I flicked through it and I saw it, but is Ninjago, the TV series, are they actually Lego characters as
yes.
well?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, yeah, right.
Can I pose a quick question, Luke? You were talking about the difference between this Lego game as opposed to other Lego games not feeling quite as complete.
Yeah.
Do you reckon because the primary directive was to make it for handheld devices, it's not just a branch off from something that's already been released on console?
Yeah, well, look, that probably is. They're not trying to squeeze down a console game onto the handheld they made it for. That's probably a very good point, because it's only on handheld. It's not on console. Yeah,
because you can see they probably spent X amount of years or months making like Lego Batman 2. Yeah. And then they go, okay, well, let's expand our market and put it on the handheld. We'll just cut it here, and here, and let's maximise our profits. Yeah, that's you're probably right.
They actually, with the Legos on the Vita, what I found is, we were talking about this earlier, Luke, was that they seem to be more platformy with like the Lord of the Rings one and the Batman and Batman 2.
Do you mean more so like a slightly 3D side-scrolling platformer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like about them.
There wasn't much depth to it, and there wasn't much running around.
It's linear.
They changed it up a bit with the Harry Potter and the Lego Marvel superheroes was...
Well, that's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of like 90-second snippet levels.
Well, I'll have a go at that. I've got that off you now, so thanks for that. I'll play that for next week.
Yeah, and the Ninjago, I'm looking forward to the open world on it, because I love playing the Lego games, especially on the Vita. It feels like that's what they were made for.
There's one thing I didn't really like about... At first, I thought it was really good, the hub world. Instead of running around as a little Lego man, you're flying around as a elemental dragon, which is cool. Yeah, it is really cool, but I don't know if it was just me, but like the first time you play through it, it puts up these big rings of studs for you to fly through, which directs you to the next chapter. Oh. But once you've finished all the chapters, I found it really hard to remember where they all were.
Okay, I'll get you. Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because there's chapter 1, which is like a building, and then chapter 2 might be like on the other side of the map.
In a valley, yeah.
And then I'm thinking, all right, I want to redo these levels and try and complete them all. But I was flying around in circles trying to find the next one in sequence, and I got to the point where I thought, fuck it, I'll just randomly do them all.
Yeah. So it's got the same things. You've got to find Lego blocks and something equivalent to like the pants and all that kind of stuff. The other Lego games.
What it is that like they've changed it up. Yeah, there's the yellow brick or the gold bricks and the red bricks, but they've also got challenges for you to do in it. So it might be complete the level without falling off the edge. Yep. Or it might be kill this boss using every single element in the game or whatever. So you got to attack it with one guy, then you got to quickly switch characters, attack him with the other one, swap again, do the next one, and so on and so forth. So there's
how many characters do you have to choose from?
What, in total?
Well, no. Well, when you're playing, is it like the Lego Movie one where you can pick and choose which character you want to be at that certain amount of time, or as you'll find out soon in the Lego Marvel one, you've only got 2 characters that you can play as at any one point in a level?
No, but when you're playing the main campaign through, you've got 2 characters on the screen.
Yep.
But you can switch those 2 characters into, I think, about 6.
Yeah.
At any point?
Yeah, at any point, yeah.
Okay, yep, alright, cool.
And then when you're playing it on like free play, you got the range, but you don't actually select free play at the start of the level like you used to. What you'll do is you'll go into the game story mode, and then there's like a 7th little icon out of picking the characters that says free play, and when you go into that, it'll just open up everyone and you can use everyone.
Oh, okay.
But that's only once you finish the game.
Now, no, it's not just one. Sorry, it's not just once you finish the level. It's once you finish the whole game, is it?
Oh, you could probably do it. You could probably do it when you finish the game, but I never replayed any of them until I'd finished the whole game, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but you probably could.
Okay. Yep.
Last week we talked about the pronunciation, and I went with Ninjago. Sean, you agreed with me, and we should have went with Red.
Yeah.
Red, you're correct. It is Ninjago. Now, the explanation behind it, while I was playing, because I was only a few levels in at that point, I played the game a little bit further, and it was referred to the land that they're from is Ninjago. That's where that's the Ninjago Island, I believe it's called. That's where the hub world is set. And yes, they do say Ninjago in the song, but that's just a pop song thing. But the name of the game is rightly so Ninjago. So you, Red, and your son were correct.
Yay.
But aren't they Ninjagos from Ninjago?
No, they're ninjas from Ninjago.
No, but their battle cry is Ninjago.
Well, yeah. There you go. Alright, played some GTA 5 with Red. Quickly discussed that before, mucking around on that. Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Clan Wars, Red, we won. We won!
We come first.
Yeah.
Again. I always come first. I love it.
I know. Your missus doesn't.
Who cares?
I'm not here for you.
I so forgot to ask her opinion. Yeah, we won. We didn't have much of a fight, really.
No, we did. It was difficult and it was hard, but we persevered and we got there.
A couple of clans had a bit of a push, and then when we had the numbers there, we just stomped on them and just squeezed them of any hope in their life. Yep. Off the clan wars, but I like to feel I squished the essence of life out of someone with that clan war. But yeah, we absolutely dominated. We got the ball rolling really quickly, dominated a few nodes really quickly, and from there it was just maintaining over the last 2 days. So we're able to go from GTA to Call of Duty and no stress. It's not like the last one where you're sitting there Sunday afternoon with a bloody sinus headache and a blurry eyes trying to punch out 6 more wins where everyone's yelling at each other. It was actually quite a pleasurable experience, yes.
You smashed it. You're big, you're tough, you're feared. You are the Redborn.
Ah, fuck yeah. Bring it on. I'm happy to take anyone on in COD.
Nice. All right, well...
Yeah, continue. Go.
Let's move on. Sean, do you want to tell us about your games quickly?
My Call of Duty. I realised that I'd uninstalled it, and I was actually going to have my first multiplayer game the other day, put it in, and and I didn't have enough room to install it, and it would have had like 20 gig worth of updates, so I just pulled the disc back out again and started playing. So I've done episode 2 now of Revelations 2. I did episode 2 of Game of Thrones. So episode 3 is out now, which is pretty cool, and that's why I kind of held off a little bit longer on not playing it as soon as I came out, because I wanted to leave it till, keep it a little bit closer, because as you were saying, Luke, episode 3 is out now, but you can't remember what happened in episode 2.
Yeah.
So unless you play it again just before the next one comes out, I should have waited like I usually try and do with the series and play them all at once, but no, it was good.
I'm pissed off with Telltale games.
Yeah.
They take too long to come out between.
Well, there's no thoughts on it.
Yeah.
No, there is no consistency. They don't have any release
that was it.
dates.
They didn't have a release date for episode 3. All they just did was like, oh yeah, it's going to be available tomorrow. And everyone was like, what?
Yeah. I think it's really pathetic the way they run it, to be honest with you.
The way Revelations come out for you, and it was reliable, and we could set a clock by it for our streams and our nights to play. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
That was more of a game than a Telltale game. Obviously, they're trademarked, and that's their niche to tell a story. But when you're talking about things episodically, well, it's in the definition. It's an episode, but with episode comes the reassurance that it's 7 or every Monday night at 8:30. I'm going to watch this episode you know what I mean?
Imagine if they did that with a TV show, and it'll comes up with the credits, and you just don't know again when the next episode is going to be on. Like, previously, sometime last year when we had the last episode, here's the follow-up. Like,
you wouldn't bother, would you?
No, you'd be like, what? Let's see, if you went up to somebody and said, okay, your favourite show is The Walking Dead, here's the first episode, we'll give you the next episode whenever.
Yeah, when we're ready.
Oh, really? Oh, well then, fuck it. I'll go and do something else. I'll go and watch Home and Away.
Supernatural.
Well, it's pretty poor as well, saying as that...
Sorry.
Like Game of Thrones Series 5 comes out, and we'll basically promise it. We'd have all this whole 6 episodes or whatever it is of Game of Thrones before the next series comes out. Now, this comes out in 2 weeks.
Not going to happen.
And they've been talking it up for months. Days. Yeah. Anyway, next I've been playing, I played some Trials Fusion, Hotline Miami on the Vita. I'm raging at it. Now, I've got my plan, and we were talking about this before during the week, and I'm going to go for 3 platinums in 1 week.
Yeah, but you're just going to get 1 trophy off and save it.
Well, I'm trying to at the moment. That's my plan. Just to say that you got 2 in a week. Well, I'm going to get 3 in a week.
Yeah, but I actually achieved 2 in a week. I didn't actually just hold off.
Hold off.
What were the 2 that you achieved in the week again?
Well, I did it twice. I think it was the first time I did it was... I think it was Far Cry 3 and...
Lego Superheroes?
I'm not sure if it was that or The Last of Us.
Well, you didn't really do that in a week then, because The Last of Us came out last year.
It was ages ago.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it in a week, but I had
2 in a week.
I was getting there and got them, then worked on the next one and got it. I didn't actually specifically go, right. I didn't plan it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to plan it. I'm going to get it. So that's going to be Murdered Soul Suspect. I've been playing more of that. Resogun on the Vita, so that'll be 2 Resogun platinums. And
my games are hard trophies too.
Oh, okay.
And I did it just a couple of weeks ago too, didn't I?
Yeah, with Telltale and...
That wasn't
tough games.
Hey, the first time I did it. The second time was piss easy because it was The Order.
The Order and
The Order and Walking Dead.
And Walking Dead, yes.
Oh.
One scale to the...
No.
One end of the scale to the other, yeah.
Go for your life.
And, well, I've been playing Minecraft again, and I'd like to thank It's Zesty, Adam Weeks. He opened up one of his worlds the other day, and
Let you come inside?
I'm trying to let me ride his train. Yeah. Yeah, no, he made a 500 meter long railway that I could
my world with that one in it disappeared when my PlayStation died.
Yes, and the other one I've been working on is you've got to shoot a skeleton with an arrow from 50 meters.
Yeah, I did that one.
Twice, even I've got that.
I set up a corral for it.
Yep, I was in that game.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, and the
do at the moment is like I've made these big trenches and getting them to chase me, and I'm running and I jump across the trench so they drop down, and the second that they drop down, they're in like this little box.
Yeah.
And I've run back to 50 meters away and start firing the arrows at him. I just haven't been able to get him yet.
You know what you could do? Because you don't have to be 50 meters away. You could be 50 meters above. Just build a pole. Just build a pole up.
Yeah.
And you'll be right. All right. Anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right. Cool. That was a really long game talk, but it was really good. We'll move on to news. First in news, we've got Xbox games with gold for April next month. This is absolutely typical of life and how it can be spiteful. As I mentioned, I think last week, my Xbox Live Gold subscription expired. And they have the best games that I've seen come out for games with gold. The Xbox One's ones aren't that great, but the 360 ones I'd be interested in. Xbox One is going to have Pool Nation effects and Child of Light.
Oh yeah, Child of Light would be right.
Child of Light is the one that I'm looking forward to having to go at. So
that'd be cool. But the Xbox 360, this is from April 1st to the 15th. Gears of War Judgment and Terraria. Now,
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut? Did you call it that back in the day? Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was a podcast called Juggernaut.
It was. Was it for Gears of War, though?
Yeah.
No, I think, yeah, whatever. I've never played that. I never got around to playing that game.
No, I didn't either.
I want to try it, but apparently it's the worst one anyway. Also, from the 16th to the 30th, it'll be Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Army of Two Devils Cartel.
Yeah, cool.
It's more games than I've ever had on a Games with Gold. So they've given them the most away and the most interesting ones to me the first month that I won't have gold. Fuckers. But anyway.
What's a month's worth of gold worth?
$10.
Yeah, you could buy those games for $10.
Well, with the 360, it'd cost me $10 and I'd be able to keep the games, but the Xbox One is the same as the PlayStation, so once it expires, you won't be able to play them.
One thing comes to mind.
One day, Xbox One, I might get back into you. All right, Red, what do you got?
All right, Evolve is about to get its first free and paid content later this month. So, really quickly, it's called the Behemoth DLC. BLC. It adds a new creature for the small price. Like, it's not that much at all, considering you pay $89 for the game. $23 fucking dollars! Wow!
For what? Just a creature?
Yep.
You don't get anything else with it?
Behemoth is no, just a new monster.
You might be able to have him in a different colour. Give him a different skin.
Those gold skins. They charge for a gold skin. It's like, Jesus.
Put a tutu on him or something.
Yeah, and meanwhile, there'll be 4 new hunters available for the slightly smaller price of $11.25.
Yeah, good.
Yes. All content available on all platforms from March 31. But the cool thing that I don't mind, there's a free, as I said, there was free as well. There's a free bit of DLC, a couple of maps, and an observer mode, so you can go in as a 6th player and watch a stream of people playing. And I reckon that'd be pretty cool for noobs and people sitting there eating their tea or nothing on TV. You can go and watch pretty much from what it sounds like. I'd probably be only your friends, but yeah, you can go in and get a few tips and tricks and just watch it.
Okay. Sean.
Some very terrible news happened. It's not as terrible as you might think, but Batman Arkham Knight has been delayed.
Oh, that's that Halo game, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, so it was originally...
Just wait, quickly. For people listening that don't understand what Red's talking about, neither do I. Don't worry about it. Keep going, Sean.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it was originally planned for release last year in October, and it was said we're delaying it until June, we've got to work on a few things and this and that. I was quite happy with that, like I was annoyed in the beginning because it was delayed, but then again I just went, you know what, they're going to give us an epic Batman title, so I'm pretty happy about that. Then it was announced as the 2nd of June this year, and now it's been pushed out by 3 weeks to June 23. So not a big delay, but still a delay.
Do you know why?
I don't really care.
No.
Oh, why?
No, it's speculation, but the two Arkham games are slated for remaster.
To be released when?
Probably when Batman was due to be released.
You'd think that they'd release it around, maybe towards the end of April, and then release one towards the end of May and get it done for when the new Batman comes out. So,
or they could have done a Batman collection and put all three of them together.
Well, they'd done that with Assassin's
cool.
Creed, didn't they? You bought Assassin's Creed 3 and they gave you Assassin's Creed 1 digital. Well, you can install it off the disc.
Really?
Yeah, my Assassin's Creed 3 here, you can install the original on the hard drive of the PS3.
Mine didn't have that.
Ooh.
I had it on the 360. There wasn't enough room on the DVD, though.
Quicker than I could have got
that.
there.
I've got the Assassin's Creed 3 Special Edition, and I can't see that on there.
Oh, please don't tell me I'm wrong. Could be Brotherhood.
You probably are wrong. But I had them all, and it wasn't on the 360 versions.
Yeah, DVD.
But maybe on the PS3 only, because it was Blu-ray. Anyway. Oh, well, it's been delayed. It'll be out soon. Looks great, but I don't really care. I'll play it for sure when it comes out. But
I can't wait. It's one of my most anticipated for this year.
I've got plenty to keep me busy until then, so I'm not really gagging for any games yet. My favourite one for this year is not happening, so...
Yeah, that'll be next year. But that's going to be brilliant. So.
Yeah. All right, my next bit of news, I want to quickly talk about the PlayStation 4 firmware update that dropped on us last night, being Thursday night. It's got new features, and it's got really handy features and really who care features. Biggest feature for me, suspend resume.
Yes.
Now, what this will do, so if you've got a PlayStation 4, in the past, when you put it in rest mode, it closes down your applications and when you come back on, you got to go back into your game or go into what you were doing. The only thing that it could do when it was in rest mode was download updates and charge your controllers. That's it. Now,
but it couldn't update a firmware update.
No.
Rest mode.
Very true.
But now it can automatically download updates and install them.
Well, that's
better.
Okay, so before you'll turn on your console and it'll go, oh, this is downloaded, do you want to install it now? And you can do it, but this will do it while it's in suspend or resume mode. Also, the biggest part about it is if you're in the middle of a game, presuming it's a game that you can pause, you like say you're mid-level, not at the main screen or anything like that, mid-level. Turn it onto suspend mode. When you resume, it'll come back to where you were, and it works. It works really well. The best part about it, and I counted today, I timed it. I put it into rest mode. I turned it on, and I counted 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. I had control of my character again. 7 seconds.
Fucking hell.
7 seconds from suspend to resume. Boom, you're in. Go. Play your game from where you're up to. It's pretty
That's
much...
what it does on the Xbox One.
Correct. It's the same as
Yeah.
the Xbox One and same as the PlayStation Vita. So now we finally have that feature, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Because the Vita's constantly in like a suspend.
Which is shit because it draws the hell out of your battery.
Yeah.
But so I leave it in suspend mode with the charger plugged into it. Also, there's a backup and restore HDD to USB. So basically, you can do like you did with the PS3. You can back up your entire console onto a USB hard drive. So it'll update things like save data, screenshots, video clips, games, patches, download data, anything onto a hard drive. So if you are doing an upgrade of your internal hard drive, you can put it onto an extra hard drive first, put it in and restore everything so you're not downloading 150,000 gigabytes once you reinstall it all. So that's quite good. And you can do that on the PS3, so it's good that they've brought this across.
That'd be a FAT32.
Yeah, I dare say it would be. That's usually what PlayStation use. Another one that's going to be quite handy is you're deleting your 0% trophies. I mean, trophy lists can become as longer than your arm.
Red.
With games that you quickly play up, you might have a quick go at a PlayStation Plus title and realise you don't like it, but it's going to be on your trophy list forever at 0%, and you're never going to play it ever again. Just delete it. So as long as you haven't earned any trophies, you can delete it off your trophy list. That's quite
My
cool.
pile of shame has been halved.
Yes. Now, another thing as well, you can now customize the button assignments. Now, because you can do that using the firmware of the console, it doesn't matter if that the option is in the games that you're playing, because the console will do it for you. So, one unique thing that you can do for a game like when the Batman comes out, you can map every single button to triangle, so you can counter all the time and you never get hit.
But you can never throw a punch.
You need to try that for Bloodborne.
Yes,
Every button dodge.
That's it. Every button will be able to counter and dodge. But so look, if you're playing a game and you think, oh, I just wish, like, what game were we playing where we wanted the R1 to be something?
Dante, Devil May Cry.
Yes, you were talking about that. Look, whether or not the game gives you the option, you can go into the firmware settings for the console and change it to what you want, the button layout. All right, I want triangle to be R1 and R1 to be triangle. Okay, go and change it. Do what you want. Set it out the way you want. So that's the new option there. There's a couple of other...
Switch it around. Like, I knew a big pain in the ass thing on the PS3, and originally with Killzone was that their buttons are around the different ways. So your scope and your fire around the different ways. So you'll go into scope and you'll throw a grenade.
Yeah, you could do anything like that. Or if you go into like a JB Hi-Fi or an EB Games and you want to be a troll, just go and mess it all up so people go nuts when they're trying to play the game that's on display.
Every button's PSN button.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of other things that aren't neither here nor there really. There's a better Facebook integration with a friend finder, improved friend requests. Real name requests are a bit easier to do. It's a bit easier to get into a party with your friends. The console will automatically take a screenshot when you get a trophy. You can share trophies. You can join someone's game using that stream. What's it called?
Share play.
Not share play. On the XMB you can.
What's new?
What's new? Sorry, I didn't hear. It didn't come through.
That's fine. Yeah, I noticed that. Was my big thumbs up to it last night.
Yeah, because it might say...
So you can go and spectate anybody while they're playing, is that what you're saying? Or?
No. If there's a thing on What's New saying Feral Dave is playing Call of Duty, you can just click on that. If you've got the disc in or if it's a digital copy, it'll take you and you'll join his game.
Oh, okay, cool.
Jump straight, in public.
And the PlayStation Store has dropped down.
Yeah, it's now on the XMB rather than up the top, but that's neither here nor there for me.
I don't know if there was a need to do that, but yeah, anyway.
No, I don't think so. But anyway, there's a whole bunch more things on there, but they're the main ones that I wanted to mention. All right, Red.
All right, there's been a 2.09 gigabyte update for Bloodborne, said to decrease the load time so the game does become now possible to beat in one lifetime.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I'd hate to see what it was like before the update.
It was long.
Well, Luke, you'd be the one to ask, because you played pre-installation of update.
Yeah, because I played it before the update, and I put a comment in the chat saying Load Screen Simulator 2015.
Yeah. So it is marginal, or is it very noticeable?
No, it is not. It still takes a while to load sometimes, but it's better than it was without the patch. Yes.
Yeah, cool. So that was effective of the 25th over in North America, but I do believe we have it already. So anything that doesn't make us sit there and look at the same screen, whether it's saying you're dead or Bloodborne for too long, I'm guessing is a good thing. So yeah, but there's still more optimization incoming. So,
it needs it. I've got to tell you, it needs it. The new area that I got into today, massive FPS problems.
Yeah.
The frames per second drop down.
Battle?
Hey?
Is that during a battle scene, or is that just random?
Nope. Just nothing on the screen, running around.
Okay, because I know Soulsnet had FPS issues when something hectic was going on, but that you just gave...
There's a fair bit of... there's a lot of smoke in that area. I think that might be... Because the smoke looks beautiful. I think that might be the issue, but it was quite bad. Yeah.
So, yeah, there's more performance optimization incoming and miscellaneous bugs and optimizing to be taken care of over the...
I think Bloodborne was originally going to be cross-platform, and they made the second half of the game for the Xbox, and they made the first half for the PlayStation, and then they canned the Xbox One version and just tacked it on the end of the PlayStation version. So now because I'm far into the game, I'm getting frame rate issues.
Parody! Sorry, that's there. That's it. That's it. Your turn, Sean.
Go, Sean.
The world record Hearthstone turn has been set, and the longest Hearthstone turn ever has gone for 45 hours and 18 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Did they go to bed?
Now, you've only got 90 seconds is how long you have to make your turn in Hearthstone. And this guy's 45 hours and 18 minutes. So the way apparently that he's done it is that he's using profit Velen cards and faceless manipulators, and he said it's hard to explain because he said that a single arcane missile card will fire 28,752 missiles instead of 3, and he had like 7 or 8 of them on the board. The person he was playing against was using an ice block card, which prevents fatal damage. So you can hit them as much as you like, but they won't die until the next turn. So, in effect, 258,768 missiles, each taking a few seconds to...
Oh, so they didn't have heaps of turns. It's just that one turn took a long time.
One turn, yeah.
Oh, that would have been really fucking boring.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say...
There's these all the comments going around and that they've got like the ones from the comic book guy from The Simpsons, and it's like life well spent. And but these world records are there, and I don't think that anybody would really have the want to try and beat this one, but congratulations to the person that has.
Because people glorify them on podcasts and whatnot.
Yes.
Not unlike this one.
Yep.
All right, that took a very long time. Red, who you got? Yeah. Job's not done yet.
So, as I left off with my last comment, parody. So, Borderlands, a Handsome Jack collection, has an 8 gigabyte day one patch. for PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And a fucking 16 gig on Xbox One.
Do you know what happened there? Actually, I've got a friend who's a developer for that game, and he told me that they actually forgot to put the game on the disc.
On Xbox.
So when you put the disc in, it just downloads the whole game. Just goes, shh, don't say anything.
It's like a boot disc.
Yeah, there's nothing on the disc.
So what they're blaming it on, so this is to quote from a said spokesperson. For the Handsome Collection, a large day one update will be available, more like mandatory, giving access to the Claptastic Voyage and the Ultimate Bolt Hunter Upgrade Pack 2. This update will also address various bugs. Although the update is large, we strongly recommend that all players download it before playing the Handsome Collection. So, Xbox One players in Australia at top speed will be playing this when fucking, Borderlands 4's out.
I reckon...
when Half-Life 3 comes out.
If you're paying the money for a disc version of that, and in this day and age when internet's shit, most places, it should come with a free USB stick.
Dude.
With the update on it.
16 gig is like 3/4 of a Blu-ray disc, a standard Blu-ray disc.
Well, yeah. But I reckon they should give you... How much is a 16 gigabyte thumb drive going to cost you?
$8 retail.
That's retail, but cost, if these guys got a cost thing going, it's going to cost them a matter of cents. And then just get the work experience kid to hit copy on all the computers to make sure all of the USBs have got the update on it and sticky tape it to the box.
Yeah, like, I'm all for, like, even the 2 gig for Bloodborne, that's not too bad. We've come to swallow these over since day one, these day one updates. But fucking 16 gig, that's a game.
It is, yeah.
That's a whole fucking title, man.
What about this? What about
20 gig?
What about this for another suggestion? This would, I think, win a lot of kudos over the customers, like EB or JB. If the consoles had a thing where you could literally download the patch onto a thumb drive, or install from a thumb drive, you could go into the store copies it onto your own thumb drive, and you can take it home with you.
Yeah.
How good would that be if you could install them from a thumb drive instead of having to download it?
Well, this is the question I was going to ask with this new thing with the new features on the PS4 where you said you can back up your drive. Can you individually choose files off the drive to put back onto the console?
I don't know.
Because that'd be is essentially what you're talking about. Say I went and bought the Handsome Jack collection today. I've got a decent enough internet that I've got it downloaded and ready to go. I put that onto the hard drive, bring it round to your house, plug the hard drive in and install it.
That would be fantastic. But if that is available, it would be a good idea for places like EB Games to do that. Say, all right, hey, you're buying this game. Did you know this has got a 16 gig update? If you bring in a USB drive big enough, we will copy it onto there for you, and you won't have to download it when you get home. You'll just have to copy it across.
Fuck, I'd even pay $5 for the service.
If somebody did that today, don't give them fucking ideas, because they will charge for it. If somebody did that to me, if I went into my shop and bought myself a new game, and the guy said to me, hey, go and grab a USB off the shelf if you don't have one. If you buy that, it'll be obviously yours. Give it to me, I'll chuck the update on it. You'll be able to play it in 5 minutes rather than 5 hours. Oh, I'd be like, dude, you're a legend. Thank you very much. That's an awesome service.
Or the other thing is to boost pre-orders, is that you get a code when you pre-order and you put it into the PlayStation Store. It reads it and goes, rightio, that's the pre-order for Borderlands The Handsome Jack Collection. It downloads the update so that when you put the disc in, it automatically updates on.
We were talking about
like they do with they're able to do it when you get a receipt for pre-ordering now and they give you a beta code.
Yeah, but that all depends on when that update's available. It might not be available until midnight, the day of release, you know.
Yeah.
But either way, like I've said, for a game that's already released, Red, you and I were having this chat. How about a section on the store that's updates only? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to go and buy Borderlands tomorrow. I'm going to go into the update section. There's the Borderlands update. I'm going to download that.
Because whether you get Borderlands or not, it's going to be no good to you.
Oh, that's right. Like it's not going to be of any loss to the developer.
They couldn't do that because you do that and you download it and then you'd back it up onto your hard drive and then sell it to people on USB sticks.
You fucking idiots.
I'm going to do that. All right, let's move on. Sean, what have you got?
Mortal Kombat X, a trailer that's been exclusive to a outlet in Russia, has confirmed that Liu Kang is back.
Told ya. I fucking told you. Day one.
Yeah, no way they'd be able to have a Mortal Kombat without Liu Kang, I don't think. So, yeah, he's been confirmed. He's going to be in there, and that's going to be really cool. They also did a stream this week, which was just a live stream to show a few features off and all that kind of stuff, which had a nice little, must have been a little spoiler or a sneak peek at a couple of things, but it looks like they're going to have 5 extra characters on there, which would probably be in the DLC pack, but Striker, Smoke, Rain, Cabal, and Cyrax look like they're joining the lineup as well.
Cool.
So there's that. And lastly, but not leastly, with Mortal Kombat X, they're bringing a new feature to the online play. Now, nothing makes you more pissed off and more annoyed that when you finally find a game online, somebody gets the shits because you're beating them and they just quit. They have brought in Mortal Kombat X a thing called a quitality. So that if anyone quits during an online game or like just leaves in the middle of it and all that kind of stuff, they're actually going to... There's going to be a screen which says quitality come up on it, and the person that quits, their head explodes in game. So
nice. You deserve it.
You still get to fuck them up.
Yeah. Then you should be able to like mangle their body while it's on the ground. But yes, anyway, that's my Mortal Kombat news for this week.
Cool. All right, you've got Blizzard news too. I think you're red. You're exhausted.
I've done the Blizzard news.
Did we do Blizzard news? Well, I'm glad I was paying attention.
Hearthstone.
Oh, right, because you didn't say the word Blizzard. I think that threw me off because I'm focused on the window.
If you want some Blizzard news, I can give you some extra.
475,294 people logged into Heroes of the Storm this week. They're done.
Well, BlizzCon 2015 is actually going to be on again.
Nice.
So, yeah.
One
year I'll be able to get over there for my birthday because it's usually around that time.
Primary River, because it's not happening. Let's go into this week's What's That Sound?
I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
All right, last week's What's That Sound, Red? I think you got it, didn't you?
I think so.
What do you think it was?
I don't know.
You can't remember?
Oh, the quickfire quiz had me, because I did win it. I got it because I fucking screamed red when the What's That Sound come up.
You did, that's right. It was Daytona, USA.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh, it was, yes.
Yeah. A couple of people won it from the page, I think.
Yep.
I don't have their names handy, so sorry.
Fancy band.
Burnsy Burns got it?
Burnsy Burns. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I was just there. Excuse my language? Nah, don't.
Yeah, excuse your language, because we've been using great language for the first half of the podcast. Anyway, congratulations to you guys that got it correct. Someone will get a free game. I don't know. I'm in fast forward mode. We're running really late. All right, so this week's sound. Now... No, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to play it. Let's see how we go.
Yeah.
Let's keep turning those pages.
Sorry.
Did you hear that?
Was that
Yes.
it? That's the intro video in the intro sound.
That sound gets played at the end of every episode of the Aussie Games Express podcast. Right at the end.
I win.
Do you know what it
Red!
Well, Red, you were wrong. If that was the answer, I gave it to you, and it's at the end, not at the start. But it does come from somewhere before the Aussie Gamers Express podcast. We just made it famous. I'll play it again. Do you guys actually know where that came from, though?
Oh.
I was sitting there going, I've heard that sound a million times before. And I'm like, yeah, I have.
Yeah, at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Big up sound?
What'd you say?
The PlayStation 5 startup sound?
PlayStation 5 startup sound.
Well, we've had Windows and Xbox.
No,
I have no idea. I'm lost for it. Because it actually sounds a little bit more modern than what it...
Yeah. I feel like it may be like a finish of a level or something. I'm not sure, like a Rayman or something like that.
Nope, and nope. Mm. If anybody listening thinks they know what that sound is, then send your answer to...
Is it in the show notes?
Is what in the show notes?
What that is.
No, it's not. If you think you know what it is, send us a message on our Facebook page. A private message if you're correct between Sunday and Saturday. Then you'll be in the running for a free game. I like giving out these games, so the more the merrier. Come on, guys. Have a go, and you'll probably very likely see a free game. That's it. Sure. What?
Sean! Go!
Oh, we need to run really fast. Now that we're at the end of this week's show, please search Aussie Gamers Express on Google.
The end.
The end. Like our page on Facebook at www.facebook.com/AussieGamers2012, Twitter at AussieGamers12, Twitch at AussieGamersTV at twitch.tv, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio and iTunes. Search Aussie Gamers Express to listen to this podcast directly to the device of your choice. YouTube channel is under what name? You guessed it. Aussie Gamers Express. Have a check it out on YouTube and you will get access to all of our video vaults for free. No $11.99 subscriptions like Netflix, although it is worth it. Our blog is at aussiegamersexpress.blogspot.com.au. That's aussiegamersexpress.blogspot.com.au. If you want to send a snail mail, P.O Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749.
Awesome. We should put the thing about Stitcher and Intune Radio at the beginning of the show, because still people aren't using it.
No.
I asked a few people how they listen to the show, and they just download it from the website. The link.
Podcast Garden. Yeah.
That's not the best way to do it. No, if you're on a computer, that's a great way to do it. The best way to do it if you're using it on an iPhone or an iPad or a Android phone, smartphone, is one of those apps, Stitcher or TuneIn Radio. It does it all for you, and you can subscribe, and it'll download every week. And
you can give us reviews and all that kind of stuff to boost our numbers and us and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. But if you're downloading it on your phone, if you stop watching it halfway through, like on the website, it doesn't remember where you're up to. No, don't do that. Don't use that link if you're using your phone. It's unfortunate that the links don't really work properly for Stitcher and all that. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're keen on listening to our show, just go into your app store or whatever phone you're on and find Stitcher or TuneIn Radio, which they're both essentially the same thing. You just, whatever. Do you like words that start with S, or do you like words that start with I? Whatever, you make up your mind. Oh, no, it's not.
I like words that start with I, then S.
Wait, is it sex? Is it in tune or tune? It's tune in, isn't it?
Tune in.
Yeah.
Tune in. So start with T, I should say, dickhead. But yeah, I must recommend use the apps. Don't download it to your phone. It doesn't work very good. But, that's it. That's the show. That's how Bloodborne we are this week. There's heaps of talk of it. But thanks everyone for listening. I've been LewkOne.
I've been Thorncliff.
And I need a wee. I've been Red. Oh, wicked. Did I get cut off? I did, right at the end. Is that?
Good.
Yeah, we're here.
Fuck, I thought because my app crashes every now and again. I thought, fuck, I made it to the end. Then it just crashed. Wicked. Fuckers. You couldn't even get together and say, just go quiet. You just both did.
Yeah, we just didn't need to.